Hi everyone, welcome back to the Stitches and Scribbles channel. My name is Erin and we're doing another podcast episode here today. I had a really long week last week, which is funny because usually if I have a week where I was really tired, it's because I had a lot of sub days, but I actually only had one sub day last week. There was just so much other stuff going on that it felt like a long week. But I know that this week is actually going to be a long week because today is the only day that I'm not subbing this week, which is kind of terrifying because that means that I have 4 days in a row of being at school, and it'll be a little bit challenging to balance some of my other things I need to get done this week. I also was really tired today. I did not sleep well last night, so usually I try to film podcasts at like 10 or 11 in the morning, and it's now 2:14 and I'm finally just now getting to it. So kind of a rough start for the day. It was partially because I went grocery shopping this morning, and I usually grocery shop on like Thursday or Friday, depending on which of those 2 days I'm not at school, but since I'm subbing both of those days this week, I had to go today. And I went right when the grocery store opened so that I could get through it really fast, and I did. But then I had some like kitchen cleanup that I had to finish from the weekend, and I started dinner in the crock pot, which took a while, and I just really didn't sleep well last night, so like every part of that process was absolutely a struggle to get myself to do it. But it's okay now. I took a break afterwards, had some lunch. And I also, of course, making lunch couldn't be simple. I was trying to make chicken salad so that I'd have chicken salad for the rest of the week to put on my sandwiches, but I wanted some today for lunch too. And as I was opening the cans to the canned chicken, our can opener broke. So then I was sitting there with chicken I couldn't open. So I had to walk to my parents' house and borrow their can opener and place an order for a new can opener on Amazon. So that should be arriving tomorrow, I think. So yeah, that's how this morning has been going so far. But it's okay because now we're going to talk about craft supplies and projects and stuff. Of which I do not have a ton of projects to show you, but because of all the errands I ran last week, I ended up with some pretty cool finds to talk to you about. So last week I really only worked on one project because of all the stuff that I was doing, and I also filmed this project in a video that you're going to see on Friday, but the project's not done yet. And that is my birthday cast on. So this is just a simple little scarf that I'm knitting. I'm doing it in a tube so that it's just stockinette stitch all the way around. And this is a self-striping yarn from Earth Yarns. I've definitely shown it in podcasts before, but it's a really lovely merino wool. I think it's merino wool. Yeah. It's the Earth Yarns Unique, which is a fingering weight yarn, 100% superwash extra fine merino, and this is color number 3012. So it's creating this like shifting stripe pattern where there's always like a purplish tone and a greenish tone, and it alternates between the two of them throughout the length of the project. So I am getting close to halfway through the first skein, and I have 2 skeins. So I'll be continuing to work on that, and it is a nice car project as well because it's just stockinette stitch. So I'm keeping it in this little Vera Bradley bag as my project bag so that it's available to go anywhere with me. But I call that my birthday cast on because I decided this year, after seeing everybody do like Christmas Eve cast-ons and New Year's Eve cast-ons, I was like, oh, that sounds really fun, but like I want to do a birthday cast on. So that was what I cast on for my birthday last week. And that's also why I vlogged it. So you'll get to see that vlog on Friday of this week once I have it edited and uploaded and everything. So I'll talk more about that process in that video and why I chose the yarn and all that stuff. So that was really the only project that I had time to work on this week. Last week I talked about working on lavender sachets as a bridal shower favor that I'm making for a friend. So I'm still cranking those out. But I don't actually have them here with me. The ones that are finished I've given to my mom to start organizing. So this is my one lonely whip for the week, but that's okay. I feel like I got a lot of other stuff done last week, and yeah, that I don't have anything else to say about that other than continually saying that I was very busy last week. So not a lot of like projects to show you, but I do have some cool stuff to talk about. So in all of my errands last week, I went to Hobby Lobby at least once. I went to a couple thrift stores, I went to Target, and I also went to a farm to do a grocery pickup and got kind of a surprise there, but the stuff has gotten all out of order, so I don't have it sorted by store on the table here, so we're just gonna go in whatever order I pull things out in. The first two items I know are from Hobby Lobby because I've actually picked them up before. I've gotten these and I found these ones, but they are butterfly wing jewelry pieces. I'll get them a little closer to the camera so that you can see. So the big ones are actually holographic and the little ones are just kind of clear and sparkly. But I have kind of decided this year for the Renaissance Fair that I want to do one kind of fairy inspired costume, and I'm not 100% sure what that all is going to entail yet, but I knew that making the butterfly wing earrings would be a really easy thing to do to add some details to that costume. I'm going to try to use the same base pieces that I've used for other costumes. I have kind of a beige dress and a black set of stays and some other like colorful layering pieces, but I think I really want to crochet fairy wings. I've seen a couple patterns for them. A lot of them you use wire hangers as the like frame for the wings, so I think I'm probably going to do that, but I don't know if there's a color scheme I want to go with yet, or if I want that to be a scrappy project. I don't even know if I have wire hangers at the moment that I can use. I probably do somewhere. But I had already purchased a set of the small ones, but I know that my Ren Fair friends that I go to the fair with are probably also going to be interested. So since these were on sale when I went ahead and picked up a second set, and then I just couldn't resist the big holographic ones for myself, especially because I have double pierced ears, so I can wear the big ones and a pair of the small ones at the same time, and I think that that'll be a very fun look for Ren Fair. Next, just throw it on the floor. The next thing I got was actually from the farm where I went for a grocery pickup. So they had a system where you could fill a box with produce for a flat rate and take it home. So I stocked up on like potatoes and onions, mostly because that's all they had left by the time we got there, but also because that would keep the longest. But we went into their little farm store and I was really surprised to see that they had wool roving for sale. I have never spun yarn before, but I know that my local library has a drop spindle that you can actually check out. So I think next time I'm in there, I'm going to ask to check it out so that I can spin my own yarn. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of, I'll just pull it out. It's wrapped in a ball. You can see that there's still some bits of like hay and stuff in it. And I'm not quite sure how to take care of that yet, but I'm sure I can find some YouTube videos. And yeah, it's just a ball of sheep's wool that is ready to be spun into yarn. I don't know a ton about different varieties of sheep, but this is Cotswold wool roving, if anyone knows the difference. But I think what I want to do is make yarn out of it, obviously. But then I think I want to maybe experiment with some plant-based dyes and also dye it myself. So that was a pretty exciting find and definitely not something that I was expecting to find. So really happy I got that, and that means I will be picking up a new craft tool at some point in the future. But I'm excited about that as well. So if you have any tips on spinning or using a drop spindle or YouTube channels I should check out for spinning, let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll take you along with me for that once I get the drop spindle and, you know, figure out a plan for what I'm going to do with that wool roving. But for now, it's probably going to sit in a paper bag until I can figure out what to do with it. But I didn't want to pass up on the opportunity because I didn't know if they would always have that, and we don't go to that farm very often. So I grabbed it while I could so that hopefully I can make something fun with it. Moving on, I got these as Target. Got these at Target. I'm tired. I can't say words today. But these are in the dollar section. I always call it the dollar section. Apparently it's called like Bullseye's Playground. But that like little section at the front that has things for $1, $3, or $5, that's where these were. And I'm pointing them out because they're only $5. I actually bought these to use as gift bags. I used one for a baby shower gift a couple weeks ago. But they have a nice little drawstring in there. And because of the way it's structured, it makes a really good project bag because it's kind of bucket shaped, but then also has the drawstring option. So I thought I'd just show these to you guys while Target still has them. They have this pattern, which is like the beige with the gray drawstring on the inside. And then they also have a like floral Hawaiian print one. I only got the beige because I figured that was a little bit more neutral to use it as gift bag wrapping. But they had like purple Hawaiian print floral ones as well for you to check out. So definitely recommend it if you're looking for more project bags because they're $5, so why not? But also they make really great reusable gift bags, especially for knitted, crocheted items. So that was fun. What do I want to show you next? I did go to, oh, here's my other Hobby Lobby purchase. I know I've been trying not to buy yarn, but this was a yarn purchase so that I can use yarn that's on my shelf. But I got a skein of Patton's Croy sock in the color turquoise stripes. I already have one skein of this, and I realized with how much yarn I used to make a pair of socks that I could not make a pair of socks out of a single skein. So this was on sale when I went to Hobby Lobby, so I picked up a second skein so that I can actually make a pair of socks with the one that is on my shelf. I believe Taylor from Wool Needles Hands is currently making a pair of socks with the same colorway because she's shown it on her YouTube channel a couple times. And that was kind of what made me think of it, but I also really appreciated being able to see how the colors work up. It makes a really pretty striping pattern. So very excited to use that, but I still have to finish my pair of socks that's been in my backpack for forever. I like the portability of socks for like being my backpack project for school, but that means it takes me a while to like finish a pair. So I'm still like almost done with the first sock in that set, and that's my like neon tie-dye set that I've been working on. I'm not going to pull it out because I have no progress since the last time I showed it on the podcast. But I think this will be my next pair of socks that I work on, especially because I want to learn how to do a different type of heel. I like the afterthought heel for how easy it is, but I don't really like how it looks. So I think I'm going to try to do a short row heel next time, or, you know, whatever tutorial for a heel that I find first, and I'll just do that. But yeah, I think this will make a fun kind of wintry pair of socks. What next? One more Hobby Lobby thing. This one was actually a birthday gift from my mom, but I'm going to add it to my fairy garden collection that I'm working on. It's a little tiny lamppost to add to a fairy garden. I am planning on doing a video for when I make my fairy garden, or to show like how I set it up, but the plan is to put it by a tree in my front yard so that people walking past can see it. But I just think that'll be a fun way to add a little touch of something fun to our yard for warm weather days that are hopefully coming soon. It's pretty cold out today, but we're supposed to get another winter storm this week. I was actually supposed to sub twice last week and didn't on Thursday because we got a ton of snow. But it looks like we might get another snow day this week, so that could be interesting. That would kind of be nice to not have to sub 4 days in a row. But we'll see. It won't be the end of the world if I do. Like, I did sign up for it. But I wouldn't say no to a snow day. What else have I got? I have 2 thrift store items to show you. The first one is just cross-stitch fabric, and I'm relatively new to cross-stitch, other than I think I did it when I was a kid for a while. But I have recently gotten back into it, and that is my other backpack project for while I'm at school, is I have this little cross-stitch heart that I'm working on. But I've started to really enjoy it to the point of where I want to start making my own cross-stitch patterns and maybe making those available in my Etsy store, because I've found it really relaxing and very satisfying. It's also a project that takes up very little space in a bag. I use the little like plastic photo organizer boxes to like store my piece of fabric and all my thread and like a little pair of scissors and stuff, which I don't think will work for all cross-stitch projects, but it works for small ones. So that's been kind of fun. If I don't feel like knitting, I can work on that while taking a break at school. So because this was at the thrift store, marked as $3, but the day we went everything was 50% off, so it was actually $1.50. I figured that was a pretty good deal. And then I also got yarn at the thrift store, which, again, I'm not trying to add to my collection. I'm very much trying to decrease my collection, but this was just such a good deal that I couldn't pass it up. So it is this skein of, I believe, hand-dyed yarn. This is from Hello Pearl, and it's the color Urban in the Sparkle Sock yarn. That's what the label looks like, and this was labeled for $5 at the thrift store, meaning it was $2.50, and there's a really old, I guess there's 2 tags on here. There's one like little sticky tag that could be from something else, but the actual tag says that this was originally $30. So that was a pretty good deal for like nice yarn to get it for $2.50. So I'm excited with that find, even though I was trying not to buy any more yarn. The other thing I have to show you is not really a crafting thing, but if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I also like Dungeons and Dragons, and I actually have a playlist here on my channel of Dungeons and Dragons inspired knitting patterns. They're all shawls, scarves, and like that kind of wearable section, like stuff to wear around your shoulders or your neck. I am destroying this bag as I'm taking these things out because all the little threads are stuck. There we go. But my brother and I went to Milwaukee Comic-Con a week or two ago. I can't remember. I just remembered that I forgot to show these on the podcast. But in case there are any people who also like D&D who are watching, I got 2 pairs of little D20 earrings. I got one in orange because the character I'm currently playing as, I use a lot of orange elements for her. And then I got the other ones in kind of this iridescent, like green, purple, silver glitter. But I thought these were super fun. Definitely gonna wear them next time we play. And I actually currently, the game that I'm playing in is just with my husband, my brother, and my mom. And we've been having fun playing together. Yeah, that that was the end of the sentence. I could have stopped talking there. But I was excited to find those earrings, especially to get one kind of in colors that I typically wear, but also one for the character I'm playing as. And the last thing I have to show you, which I was really glad I picked up cross-stitch fabric at the thrift store, because for my birthday, my husband surprised me with this book called Creepy Cross Stitch. There's lots of very fun, spooky designs in here. I'm going to try to find a page to show you that doesn't, like, actually show a cross-stitch pattern on it, because I you know, don't want to give away what's in the book, so that people will actually buy it. Let's see if I can find one. I think maybe if I go like this, you can see it. But it's all these like really cute, kind of spooky inspired cross-stitch designs. You can see a couple more on the back at the top, but I thought this was really cute, and I'm definitely looking forward to making some of them. But I will have to buy thread because I do not currently have thread in those colors. So it'll be something for my next craft store run that I can get. But I was really excited about that, and it was a great surprise for my birthday, especially because I'm pretty new to cross stitch, so I actually don't have any cross stitch books, so that was kind of a fun new thing that now I get to try. And I was really impressed that he found that, because that is like the perfect cross stitch book for me. Yeah, I think that's kind of all I've got to tell you this week, so another podcast kind of on the shorter side. Upcoming this week, I already mentioned I have a birthday vlog that you'll get to see, and I'm starting to plan out some projects for the next couple months so that we get a variety of things. But right now, I'm kind of really trying to iron out what DIYs I want to do for Ren Fair this year, which is why I was buying like the fairy wing jewelry pieces and looking for patterns for crocheted fairy wings. So hopefully you'll get kind of a series of videos of any costume pieces I do create this year. I already know that I'll be making one commissioned piece for a friend for the Renaissance Fair. So that one will probably get its own video. And I've got some house projects coming up that I'd like to work on. It's just a little hard while I'm still subbing to like dedicate the time to it. But hopefully, like, while the school is having their spring break, I can maybe do a couple of those projects. That would be nice. But I think I'm just going to call it here for the podcast. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you're interested in following me on other platforms, that information will be in the description box below. If you liked what you saw today, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified of all of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone!